Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL UK Open number 26. We are currently in the semi-finals, or round 4. This is the second match of this best of 3 series, so here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Cloud Kingdom. Very hiccupy map, apparently. Very pretty map, so I am a big fan of it. So spawning in the bottom left-hand corner as the pink Protoss, and playing for Team Fluid, we have Bourne. And spawning up here in the top right-hand corner as the purple Zerg, playing for Clan Milk, and currently 1-0 up in this best of 3 series, we have MilkZikto. So as I said, MilkZikto currently 1-0 up in this best of 3 series. And oh dear, looks like we're having a bit of a conversation at the moment. Bourne did just lose to a fairly heavy roach pressure. Did extremely well. Great force fields, great immortal play, but unfortunately, mass roach at the moment is just so good. Personally, I believe that roaches do deserve a bit of a nerf. I'm sure many people may disagree with that, but at the moment it is so incredibly difficult for a Protoss player to beat mass roach. It's just incredibly hard to beat. So that is unfortunate at the moment for Bourne, but we will see if Blizzard decides to do anything about that, or whether it will be left as is at the moment. So at the moment, a Forge Fast Expand again coming down for Bourne, exactly the same build as last time. The Forge is about halfway complete, and we will be seeing that cannon and obviously the gateways going down as well. Probe will get in to do will get in to do a little bit of scouting, see what it can see, and seeing if it can block off that expansion. There we go, there is the circle. Once again, it is out of range of the expansion, so he will be able to, oh my god, messing around a fair bit here, trying to confuse Bourne and trying to stop him getting off that expansion. But no, that probe, good micro from the probe, and it will almost kill off that drone. But the drone does manage to escape on 11 health and will run for freedom. And now when that 150 minerals will come out, we'll either see the cannon or the gateway. There is the cannon. So Bourne going for the standard Forge Fast Expand, managing to fairly well out micro his opponent there. Here is his drone. There is the cannon, being able to block off that expansion. A couple of Zerglings are already out though, so they will be able to pick that pylon off easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That pylon will go down and hopefully will be cancelled by Bourne, so he will get the minerals back. There we go, 75 minerals back out of that 100. That is not much at all. That is just half a probe, so he can live without that half a probe. The other half can just continue to mine on its own. Gateway and the pylon are down to help complete this wall off. Just need a zealot in this little gap here. So that will come out when this gateway finishes off, and the cyber core will come down as soon as possible. The gases, as you can see, both gases going down for Bourne at the moment. 3 in this gas right here, and we will probably be seeing either 1 or 3 going into this one up here. Whereas Zikto has gone the standard build of just taking every expansion he possibly can. So the 3 expansions have gone down, and he will be saturating those with drones, droning up like a madman to try and get up to that heavy drone count, which enables him to play so aggressively right now. Cybercore is on its way. Where is that Cybercore? Where is the Cybercore? Oh my god, how did I miss that? Cybercore next to the natural expansion in Bourne's natural at the moment. First Zealot on its way out, and that will be rallied into this little gap here to help defend against any sneaky Zerglings. Block them off from running through so that the cannon can pick them off really aggressively. MilkZikto apparently has no intention of doing any such thing though, which would be fairly foolish, as he is continuing to build out all of these drones and mess around as much as he wants. Not seeing a build similar to what we saw a couple games ago against, who did Zikto play? Against Droller, where what Zikto did is he used a zealot, what was it? He had his overlord here on the ramp and was spreading creep there, and was built some spine crawlers to pick off the forge, and then pushed forward with a baneling bust, and it was incredible. Broke the forge, forced Droller to build his wall off a bit more, and then just crashed straight through it, forced Droller to do so much stuff. And Droller had to throw out the GG, and it was a really good play. And personally, I would like to see something like that again, other than the standard play that we are seeing at the moment. But here is the Stargate coming down for Bourne at the moment. So this is a fairly common build against Zerg lately, being used a lot by bling and the like, where they will now go into the 2-base Stargate play off of the Forge Fast Expand. It's very good against those roaches, and here is the first Void Ray. That Void Ray will be used to harass and kill off as many Overlords as possible, deny the scouting of Mr. Zikto, and he will also use it to be able to deal with those roaches. Also, the Phoenix coming out for exactly the same reason, being able to pick up the Queens to prevent them from being the anti-air that would be so desperately needed. Taking up to Lair right now for Zikto, so we will see what he does with that Lair. And that Void Ray has now been spotted, as he is now killing off Overlords in range of the cannon as well. So that Overlord will die doubly as quick, and that Void Ray can now go out on its hunting range and kill off that Zergling and make its way across the map, killing everything in its path. Phoenix is also out, so we will see where this goes for Bourne, putting another Phoenix as well. Bourne currently building many Queens to help get the anti-air that he will need so badly for this. Has enough energy for one lift at the moment, so he can lift up this Queen if he wishes, which he probably will. Lift the Queen, there we go. Focusing down that Queen, there is nothing that Queen can do now except die. But there is another Queen out, and that will focus down this Void Ray. First Queen does live. No, focusing down the wrong Queen there. Focusing down the other Queen, there we go. That Void Ray did take a fair amount of health damage, but now there is a Phoenix focusing down the Queen as well. That Queen will die before dealing any more damage. He can now focus down the Hatch, focus down the Overlords, dealing a lot of damage here. Focusing down the Spore Crawler, preventing Zikto from getting any kind of anti-air, but there are now 2 Phoenixes out and not enough energy for another lift off yet. Almost enough, just needs to wait a few more seconds. It is another Phoenix! That Queen has now been lifted up. That Void Ray is still alive, staying alive a long time here. Bourne is doing a good job of keeping this Void Ray alive so it can do as much damage as possible. Bit more micro there, but now the Spore Crawler is up, needs to be much more careful. Spore Crawler is now going to focus down those Phoenix, but no, the Queen is now out again. Queen just needs to stay in range of that Spore Crawler. There we go, being very sneaky. And this harassment has been fairly stunted. However, there is now a robotics bait on its way for Bourne, so he will be able to move into the Colossus. Bad rally point there from Bourne, so that Phoenix does take a tiny bit of health damage, but nothing that is unmanageable. That Void Ray, though, taking a couple more shots to its shields. Needs to be very careful, and it looks like he's going to be able to pick off that Queen. There we go, the Queen moving way out of position, and Bourne has been able to pick that Queen off. If we have a look around here, there are 2 sentries currently trying to take down this Overlord. They will tickle it, and probably tickle it to death. Many more sentries coming in at the moment, so they will definitely get down this Overlord, and the 3rd base is going up for Bourne as well. Bourne's infestation pit is already up, and the pathogen glands is already complete, so he will be able to get out those infestors to help deal with this Air Force very, very soon. This is becoming very, very much more common. We're going to be able to pick up a couple of those roaches if he wishes to, but no, he's just going to continue to focus down those Overlords. The Phoenix is obviously so good against Overlords, picking up the Infestors as well. Oh my god, Infested Terrans going down, but he's able to stay out of range of those Infested Terrans. No, flying right over the Infested Terrans. Very poor micro there from Bourne, just not even caring. But he just killed off so many Infestors there. Great play, and he is now heading home. I personally would have liked to see him stay a little bit longer. Probably could have picked off that last Infestor, but that was a really good play out there by Bourne, doing a lot of damage, a lot of gas lost, and it looks like he is going to head back. Doesn't mind. It looks like he's going to give it another go. Lots of roaches out at the moment. Let's have a look at how his macro at home is doing. Single immortal at the moment. Where is the rest of his army? Mr. Bourne, why do you not have an army? This is ridiculous. And this is horrific at the moment. There are only all these sentries, the single Colossus and the 2 Immortals out at the moment. This is not a good army for him to have. Oh, and it looks like all the Phoenix are being fungled at the moment. They're trying to micro around, seeing what they can do to these fungals. And oh my god, Void Ray move! That Void Ray is going to have to move or it's going to die. And really poor micro there from Bourne. Terrible there, letting that Void Ray die. It wasn't even fungal, but oh my god, here come the roaches. Warped in a lot more units. Good force fields blocking off those roaches. Phoenix is just chilling, but the roaches have just managed to get their way around. He's going to have to do some good micro here. The cannons are in range. Good force fields there, blocking off all of those roaches. There are the Phoenix around here, though, so they can pick off any roaches that are become in immediate danger. But that Colossus doing a lot of damage. Good force fields there from Bourne, doing a great job of that defense. 4th base is coming down for MilkZikto, but I would once again like to stress how important that Void Ray would have been. It takes ages to kill single roaches, but obviously roaches cannot shoot up, so it is a huge advantage. Those Phoenix are now out on the map again, going to see if they can pick up a couple Infestors. I know they're going to fly around, get the scouting information. That's all they really need to do. don't need to get that many infestors, and the Spire is coming down for MilkZikto at the moment, so we will be seeing the Corruptors out and then possibly them taking up into Broodlords, and Neuroparasite coming out as well for MilkZikto, so we could be seeing some Neuroparasite Colossus, which would be devastating for Bourne in this position. Force fielding out all his opponent's units and then his own units turning on him would be a catastrophe for him at the moment. Neuroparasitic Colossus and Immortals be a pain in the ass. What just died? I have no idea what just exploded, but something just exploded there and I have no idea what it was. Oh well, doesn't matter. Don't really care at this point, but the double Colossus will help in this situation a lot. But there are just so many Roaches here. Roach is so good. Let's have a look at the upgrade counts at the moment. At the moment, MilkZikto is on 0-0, which isn't a good upgrade count at all, obviously. And Bourne is on 1-0. But oh my god, Bourne moving away from his third base at the moment. Looks like he's going to try and go for some sort of push. But at the same time, MilkZikto, with his huge force right now, is moving out across the map and is going to sandwich this third base. And Bourne is in no position to help defend this. He's walked in a couple of Zealots. No charge at the moment, but they're going to help against these things. Those cannons go down so quickly. There are... Oh, lifting up one of those infestors, but there's no Phoenix to help shoot at them. That was very pointless. The Colossus chilling on the low ground, doing as much damage as they can. Really aggressive blink forward, trying to pick off as many units as possible. Manages to pick off one of those infestors. The Colossus chilling in the back, doing as much damage as they possibly can. And he's going to be able to clear this up, but it looks like that expansion may go down. Walking in more units. Really aggressive blink forward, picking off all the infestors. Good fungals down on those Stalkers finally. And a Neuroparasite on one of those Stalkers and blinking it back. Blink Micro using your opponent's own Stalker. That is an interesting strategy, to say the least. The expansion did eventually go down for Bourne, but that was a very good defense against that huge count of units. And there is a forward pylon above MilkZikto's third base at the moment, and there we go. Two Zealots being walked in, and they will do as much damage as they can to that probe count. But as we can see, the Great Spire is on the way, and there are already Corruptors on the field. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? There we go. There are Corruptors on the field, so we will be seeing them morphed into Broodlords as soon as possible. But for now, they are going to deny all this scouting information from Bourne. So Bourne very much behind here. Third base down. Not even attempting to rebuild it yet. So I'm really not sure what he's up to, but it looks like he's pushing forward, managing to kill off the fourth base here of MilkZikto. Pushing forward with this heavy force. Not enough sentries here at the moment for my liking to be able to really deal with this huge roach army. But there are so many Corruptors now that they're just going to be able to take down these Colossus. I apologize. The Colossus are down. Decent force fields there, managing to pin off some of the Roaches. But now it is just Immortals and Stalkers, and the Roaches are just coming in from all sides. Queen getting involved as well. There are drones pissing around in the back. Zerg is coming in from all over the place. The production tab is empty for Bourne again. Broodlords coming in for MilkZikto. And gee, well played from Bourne. Good luck in the finals. And MilkZikto takes this semi-finals, best of 3, 2-0, and moves on to the finals for the third week running. Can he make it a third win running? We will see in a few moments if you have the playlist on.